Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to be streaming some more Gold Rush. Today we have discovered our issue with the streaming and we have remedied that. We should not have any issues this stream unless something else goes horribly wrong. And in case you were wondering, what had happened was, over in OBS, it switched me over to the European region. So it was attempting to stream to the European region and then back to YouTube servers, which is nuts. The only thing I can think of that could have caused that is I did change a few settings in Restream. I dropped the mixer because nobody ever shows up over there. I'll pick that back up if there's any interest in it, but I did drop that off, and it asked me to restart my streaming software to enable the changes, which is not a big deal. It's old news, something that we've known about for a while, you know? So, anyway, restarted my streaming software, and apparently Restream adjusts things in your streaming software when you do that, and the default is the European region. So instead of just setting it up where it works great for all the other stuff that we had set up, it set it up for the European region. Go figure. If I was on a, well, it's just bad all the way around for me, being in the US. But anyway, since we've got all that sorted out, we need to make sure our workers get paid. And I did sit around for about 10 minutes. So we do have a little bit more gold than we did at the start of last stream. I did not save any of the progress because I knew it was going to be awful trying to keep up with what was going on. So I didn't save it. So we are starting right back where we left off. Why is my stream yellow again? It's crazy. I set everything up just perfect yet again, and it's yellow. Why is it yellow? Anyway, we're gonna power through this since I have triple checked all of the settings. It shouldn't be an issue. It's just weird. Anyway, yeah, let's go sell this chunk of gold, and I think we can get back to mining. Welcome to the stream, guys. So, if you missed that first little bit, I do believe that I have fixed the network issues, or at least made it a lot better. There we go. We got 10k gold. We need about 100k gold. We need about 100k gold to be able to buy all of the tier 3 stuff. Hey, Twillig. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to stop by too. It's a function of daylight savings time. We get to sleep an extra hour today, so I got up an extra hour early. Isn't that the way it always goes? Yeah, but anyway, it just meant I'm able to get up and stream a bit earlier, while all the rest of my friends and stuff are still asleep. I wish I could be, but I had a long day yesterday, so I went to bed early and then I woke up early. So, this is just the way it works. Wow, they are just plowing through that gold. We've already got a quarter of an ounce, or a third of an ounce, and we just drove back. That's all we had to do. Huh. Yeah, so, I'm looking forward to getting that shaker going, because I know we're going to be making tons of gold. Well, maybe not literally, but you get the idea. Boom. You too, huh? Yeah. It was an adventure waking up this morning. It was both good and bad news. I kind of wish I had slept just a little bit longer, but I'm not too unhappy because I slept way more than I really needed to. I went to take a nap at about 5 o'clock last night, and I did not wake back up on my alarm. It's just the way it happened. Yeah, I worked on my Saturday, so I didn't actually know what day it was today. So yeah, it took some adjustment. See, are we on? We are off. There we go. Got our parking brake on, and it's digging. Yeah, this is probably my favorite spot, favorite camera view. We're gonna have to do something. All that dirt piled up here, and I think we're gonna wait until we get our much bigger pusher, the front loader. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. Have I ever watched the show? No, I have not actually watched the show. It's got the problem that most US TV shows have, and they've got way too much drama to make it really worth my time. I like the science of it. I like the idea of it. But it turned from a show about gold mining into a show about guys who work mining gold. And I didn't care enough about the guys that were actually mining the gold. It's like Deadliest Catch. Like, it's really interesting in like what they actually have to do and some of the things they have to go through to get that stuff. But when it's more about who's on the ship, it's less fun for me to watch. Also, I've got a feeling that this has got very little, if anything, to do with the show as it currently stands. I would have expected something more like the Duck Dynasty game, to be perfectly honest, if it was going to be about the guys on the show. So, are you a huge fan of the show? That's, like I said, not really why I started playing this game, but like I said, it did interest me when it first came out until the drama kicked in. Okay, we are 74% full. You used to be. You like shows that do things and not really talk. The Curse of Oak. Oh, like The Curse of Oak Island. I've been meaning to watch that. I've watched a lot of stuff pertaining to The Curse of Oak Island. You know, the Money Pit. Like, I watched all the documentaries I could get my hands on about it. And I don't really know where I stand. Is there really a treasure up under there? I don't know. So some of the explanations that I've heard, well, most of them by the folks that do the digging are kind of tinfoil hat theories, like, oh, maybe they did it this way, that way, or the other way. And realistically, a lot of the explanations could just be natural. Like, yeah, has anybody else ever done that kind of digging? I don't think anybody else has ever really done that kind of digging. It's definitely far outpaced what a pirate would have been able to dig down to. If a pirate did bury treasure down there, it's something that was built before and collapsed later, after the whole pirate thing happened. I don't know. I wouldn't spend my money on money pit stuff. But I mean, I guess that's why it's called the money pit. But that said, I think if they had a few more scientists there, we could really be learning a lot of stuff about geology. Yeah, I do need to watch it. Was that Discovery Channel? I think that was Discovery Channel. I actually have cable now, so I should be able to hop in and watch the videos. Actually, it's getting kind of dark. I'm going to go sleep real quick so that we can actually see what we're doing. And I gotta turn these things off, because if I don't, I'm gonna run out of fuel. That. Oh, season. Yeah, new season comes on this week. Yes, I'm gonna have to check that out. I swear, I keep adjusting that sound to where it's a good volume for me, and it keeps going back up somehow. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta check out the new season. Actually, I gotta check out the old season, then I can check out the new season. Hey, Jimmy! How's it going, bud? We've been having a chat about the mystery of Oak Island. So, do you have any opinions on it? We've got enough money to keep guys working. I want to say History Channel did a really good, oh, Ghost? Yeah, that place is plagued by ghosts. And I'm not even kidding on that one. Like, I'm skeptical about the whole pirate thing, but heck, I mean, they call it the curse of Oak Island because of stuff like that. Like, crazy weird things are going on that island, whether it's pirate booty related or not. Yeah. You haven't watched TV in 5 years? That's awesome. It's hard to get out of that hole. It really is. And I'm not talking about the the money pit hole. I'm talking about the TV hole. It is super tough to get out of. But once you're out of it, you look back and you're like, why did I ever pay people to watch commercials? It's crazy. I mean, YouTube has got commercials, Twitch has got commercials, but the actual service is free. And you know that that cash is going to folks that you enjoy watching to help them make more content of what you like watching. Yeah. I'm glad I've got cable, but I'll tell you why I've got cable. It's because, yeah, I can't sit and watch TV, I just fall asleep. Yeah, yeah. They lose the thread of what's going on by jumping to commercial. So, yeah, I absolutely see that. But yeah, anyway, I've got cable specifically so that I can, so that I can log in and watch what I want to watch online. That's it. Just so I've got a cable login. Hey, Gun Jam. Welcome to the stream, bud. Yeah, I'm trying out some of the early morning streams. I know I've got a bunch of folks over in the EU that, oh, and the UK that like watching my stuff, and I figured early morning is probably better. Twillig, I just record my shows, then watch them when I have time to. Also with auto hop from Dish. Yeah, I mean, that works great too. I know there are some shows and stuff that aren't offered online. It's like, I'm paying for it with cable. You should put it online so I can actually watch the thing that I'm paying you to be able to watch. It's crazy. But you also get to skip all the commercials, which is probably the best thing about having pre-recorded stuff. What else? Did I miss anybody? Oh yeah, still talking about Oak Island. Yeah, I don't know if some of the things that they found, because they found like chambers and stuff under the water way down in the hole that make it seem like it was constructed, like the water barriers, that they go down, they dig a bit, and it like collapses on them, and there was like a floor at one point. Like, floors don't really occur naturally, except for when you've got sediment. So the water table, wait, why did I say water table? So anyway, when you've got a river or something depositing clay, it will make a floor-like substance that is a water barrier. Jimmy says, I catch a few episodes of some shows here and there on YouTube, but it's rare. Yeah, luckily enough, folks record them and put them on YouTube. Usually take the commercials out, because nobody likes those. Oh, I can't dump this one yet. Traps. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Traps. But I honestly think they've dug past any actual man-made digging from before the main expedition way long time ago. Like, they're in new uncharted territory if they are continuing to dig. And I want to say one of the times they were digging down, they actually ran into some, human artifacts and all that, and later discovered that they were just former diggers looking for the exact same money pit. Well, looking for the same exact pirate treasure. And it was very unlikely that it was the pirates that were burying the treasures that were leaving artifacts and dying down there. If there was a treasure, it's already been found. And that was before they started really recording it. Cave table is done with the soil. Yes, we've got about 6K worth of gold. So we're making good progress. And we're definitely making enough to pay for our workers. I was worried about that. So I want to say I remember from the documentary on the Mystery of Oak Island that there was a tunnel like about the size of a Coke can, but went all the way out into the ocean. And that their theory was that they dug this tunnel with a series of dams out in the bay, and then undid the dams out in the bay to flood the tunnels that flooded the main area. I don't know about that. That doesn't ring true in my head. Yeah. So apparently there's a guy who's been searching for the treasure for 60 years, but his family has been searching for it for over 100. Yeah. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. There are people who have dedicated their whole lives to this thing, and at this point, it probably makes more money as a research topic or as a TV show than it ever would if you found the treasure. If I remember right. I forget how much treasure they said would actually be found there. If they did in fact find the treasure that was rumored to be there. Oh hey, we got 4 folks in here, and 1 person over on Twitch. I know that person over on Twitch is Gunjam. Who all's here with me on YouTube? Because I know I've got Jimmy, and I know I've got Twillig. And is the stream working out for you guys? I'm watching it on my second monitor, and it looks good. But I don't really know. Because it says that it's yellow. That it's yellow stream health. They were hoping it would be the Holy Grail, if anything. I don't remember hearing that, but I'm not gonna dispute it, because who knows, if somebody really went to that much trouble to bury something that deep, I mean, the Holy Grail would be worthy of digging that deep and making it that hard to find. Okay, it's fine, thanks. That was... I really needed some kind of feedback, because YouTube's feedback is a little bit flawed at the moment. Let's see. Holy Grail, yeah. Totally worth it. If I don't know how somebody would have dug that deep and all that long ago, but the Holy Grail would absolutely be worth putting that much work in to hide it that good. I was looking at a different documentary about the Ark of the Covenant, you know, like from Indiana Jones and all that jazz. They're saying that it's somewhere in Africa. There's a tribe out there that believes they've got it. Now, I don't know if they've got it, and nobody else does either, because only members of the tribe can go in there and do anything with it. So, I don't know. Actually, I think that even made it into Top Gear at one point, or something that Richard Hammond was doing. Yeah, and I guess nobody will really ever know the truth until they find something or give up. It's going to have to be one or the other. but I've got doubts. Let's see, do we have a bucket full of magnetite yet? We've got almost a full bucket of magnetite now. We'll be able to carry it over our magnetite trailer. We'll be selling that full thing here real soon. 90%, that's a good number. I like to see that number. Really? Come on. Go back in. There we go. All that looks good to me. I'm really looking forward to the big generator, so we've only got to feed like one generator and have a cable go into each thing instead of having to swap it back and forth like that. It's driving me nuts. So, with all that speculation on what actually is down there, what do you think is down there? 'Cause I don't know. I think it's literally just a money pit that they've already found anything that they're gonna find. And I'm gonna wait for your answer because I want to know. Nothing? You think there's nothing in there? Yeah. Like I said, I'm with you on that one. You just want to go treasure hunting. Hey, it's really not hard to go treasure hunting. You go urban exploring? That's cool. Do you take a buddy with you? That's probably the most important thing to take with you when you go urban exploring. That and maybe a camera. So if you need to get your treasure hunting fix, I know of a couple of ways to get that. And I would suggest something like geocaching, because as a GIS person, that's just amazing to me, getting people interested in where things are located, the science of where. Okay, you do take a buddy with you. Good, good. Because, hey, if you get hurt, who's gonna help call for help? And you always take more than one flashlight too. So I'm in a place that probably has a lot of really good urban exploring, but I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not what anybody would call athletic. So I've got limited opportunities to explore. I'll put it that way. But it is something that I've always wanted to do. Let's see, what is another good way to treasure hunt? You met a YouTuber one time doing it? Neat. I'm not gonna ask you who you found, because that's, I mean, a lot of times urban exploring is not like super legal. It's usually in that gray area. But I have watched some really scary ones. Like, it was there was one that this guy came across what I think was a cultist gathering. They were sacrificing some kind of animal or something. And then he heard something moving in the building with him, and he booked it out of there. There's also a really good guy that likes to investigate old mines, which is something you should never do, just from a safety standpoint. But I think this guy was a former miner, so he knew what he was doing. But anyway, it was really creepy. That place was actually haunted. Exploring with Josh is the YouTuber you met. I'm gonna go have to check him out. And you say you've been all over the States. Yeah. I've wanted to explore more than I have, but my main exploration of the US is the southern United States. As you can tell from my little bit of an accent that I'm from the southern US. Oh, that was a terrible grab. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check out Exploring with Josh. Oh, and I keep starting to get onto this tangent and not doing it. But, I was gonna say archaeology is a really good way to explore and find buried treasure. And they are always looking for somebody to help out with the digging. There's also some amateur archaeology that you can do. A lot of museums have local programs for, well, kids, but adults are, welcome as well. You want to go explore the abandoned bunkers in Europe? Yeah, that is also something that has fascinated me for years. They are all over the place. There are even, like, giant bunker towers in the middle of towns that they don't even know is there, because when when World War II was over, they just buried it in a hill. And they can't actually demolish them, like the German bunkers, because they're so well built. The concrete is so reinforced that even with modern tools, it is near impossible to break them down. And it's definitely more trouble than it's worth. Because if it was worth it, somebody would have done it. Oh, I seem to be moving my vehicle. It could be why I'm getting different bites of dirt. I'm already in the law enforcement field, but I try to get out when I can. Ooh. Yeah, so little tiny secret about me. I do GIS, yes, but I'm also part of emergency management. So I'd use my GIS skills to make maps for folks in emergency management. We do a lot of stuff with law enforcement. I've got a lot of respect for those guys. Got a lot of respect for those guys. Got a couple of buds that are in law enforcement, and it's rough work. It absolutely is, and sometimes it's just rough on your body, but all the times it's rough on your head. Some people can hack it, and some people can't. And the old folks, they've got their own unique ways of dealing with the stress. I also did drones for a while. If you look at some of the oldest videos on the channel, they're drone related. Because I worked with a drone company for a while. Actually, I got into RC electronics, and then started doing some drone stuff. And then I worked for a drone company for a while there. Oh, nice. Yeah, we've got a fusion center in the place that I work, and we've got representatives from all those places. They're like real secretive about what all goes on in there, but yeah, it's really cool to see folks like that working together. Yep. And like I said, I'm in the southern United States. So, Department of Homeland Security has got an excellent grant out there for drones. Like, if somebody needs a drone, there's a grant out there that the Department of Homeland Security has got out there for if you want to buy one. And we've been trying to get a piece of that, but we haven't. So we've ended up buying our own. With my experience with the drones, it's not really hard to justify getting into it, because we can go from, you know, no drone program to a pretty nice drone program, because we've got the right people with the right training. I'm actually teaching a couple of new folks how to fly drones this week, last week, and next week. We're going to be working on it. They're already certified with their 107s, meaning they can fly here in the US. And they just need some practice and some base knowledge on how to actually fly it, because they know the regulations, but they don't have a whole bunch of practice. Yep, you're right, it is kind of hard to get. And the thing is, there's one real criticism I have of that grant, is one of the requirements is not that you've got your Part 107 or a COA from the FAA. So you can get that grant. If you get the grant, you don't actually have to be qualified to fly it. And we've got a lot of people down here that are flying with no credentials, that, like, they're just flying illegally because they bought it and they're like, okay, we can fly it now. And yeah, you've got a DJI drone. We've got 2 Phantom 4s and a Tough Wing UAV mapper. And I don't know if you know anything about the Tough Wing, but they're made by a guy in Texas. He really knows the stuff. He's a really nice dude, and he always answers the phone when you call. It's a fixed wing, flying wing, and being a GIS person, having a fixed wing is a really big deal because it allows me to cover a lot of area really fast and put out a mappable product. It's not just a bunch of pictures in the air or a video, which absolutely have value. It's just I'm map focused, so being able to capture that data to be used in a map is a really big deal for me, and we've got the Tough Wing that's going to allow us to do that. I flew a very similar platform almost all of last year. So if you don't have a fixed wing, it may be worth looking into if you've also got GIS people in the area, because they can do some really amazing analysis things with fresh imagery. And situational awareness is a big deal too, because Google Maps is off by years. So out in the rural, it's the most remote areas get imagery every 10 years. The small unincorporated places, but they're still basically a town, they get imagery flown roughly once every 5 years. The smaller full-size cities, they get imagery every, I think it's every 1 to 3 years. And then big cities like Memphis or Chicago get flown probably once a year, every year. And places like New York, granted, they're not actually gonna, I mean, they're gonna get okay data, but they're not gonna get like the best data because it's so densely packed. But they're gonna fly a place that is populated like DC or New York every 6 months. Oh, you've got your license to fly the UAV too? Awesome. I've got to ask, was RC flight a thing that you were interested in before you got your license? Or did you have any experience with RC aviation before then? Because that's what I find the best determining factor on how good a pilot is if they had a passion for it before they had to do it for work. And I'm not saying that you don't have the necessary qualifications or have a clue as to what you're doing. I'm just getting an idea of your skill level, because it takes years of experience to get really good at it. And the DJI stuff makes it really easy to get up in the air. I started with stuff that I started building my own, so they didn't have autopilots and stuff. So I've got different opinions as to what skill levels are what. But I'm not gonna lie, I did start out with a Phantom myself. It's just that's the kick that it took to get me in the air and building my own stuff. Okay, you're the best flyer in the department. Awesome. Yeah. Good to have another expert here in the stream. It's hard to find somebody who gets one and then flies it regular. And if you're the best in the department, I'm just going to assume that you fly it regular, because it'd be hard to be the best if you didn't. And that's probably the best teaching tool when it comes to learning how to fly and fly safely, is practice. I've got somebody that I worked with. Oh, you had a pilot's license. That totally negates any of the other stuff. You know what you're doing probably better than 99% of the drone pilots that don't have a pilot's license. That training you had to go through to get your pilot's license is... I understand on the backside of things why that was a requirement to get your Section 333, because that teaches you so much about how planes work and stuff, and it directly translates to how a UAV flies. Granted, the scale is a bit off, but it actually does an excellent job preparing you for that. And then you can go flying on the weekends. Wanting to be like a real full-blown private pilot is a little bit of what got me into drones. I'm not gonna lie, my dad is a private pilot, so that was a big influence on me. A very big influence on me. I did study to get my private pilot's license so that I could fly legally solo with the Section 333. Well, not solo, but with the visual observer. And right as I was about to take my written knowledge test, they ended up adding in the 107 rules. So my employer was no longer paying me to go through and get a pilot's license because I didn't need it anymore. So it happens. And I keep meaning to go ahead and take that written knowledge test, so I've got it under my belt. But I need an instructor to give me an endorsement, which shouldn't be hard to get, but I've moved, so I've got to find a new instructor. I'm not entirely sure how we got off onto this tangent. Obviously, it's something that I enjoy, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it quite so much. But yeah. So, if you don't have the budget to do something like buy the tough wing, what you can do is you can get drone deploy for your DJI drone and capture map grade data on the DJI stuff, which should make things really easy to have up-to-date imagery of where you are, like right now. It just doesn't cover quite as much distance in that amount of time. It's getting late in the day. We've got 6,000 gold. I think as soon as it's done, I'm not going to worry about it finishing processing that. Dream? Oh, there. I missed a few. You said, my dream someday is to fly to the very edge of the atmosphere and outer space in SR-71. That would be amazing. Like, that would be absolutely amazing. I would love to do that. I gotta work on my weight though. I'm not a very light individual, and to fit into the SR-71, you've got to be as light as physically possible. And you've also got to be not very tall, believe it or not. Mythbusters, actually, did they put Adam in one? I think they put Adam in a SR-71. So I guess there are two ways. You either become qualified and basically an astronaut while being as small and as light as physically possible, or you become a celebrity. Oh boy. I'm very envious of that opportunity. And I know that it's probably never ever going to be something that I can do. But that is absolutely something I would love. And a good dream to have. See, yeah, I do need to get in touch with a local instructor. I need to start stashing some cash, or get YouTube to actually finally pay me. Like that's ever gonna happen. But yeah, I need to start stashing some cash and then go find a CFI, the flight instructor, so that I can get my pilot's license. You've already flown an F-16? It sounds like you're already halfway there. Wow. Heck, you're the one that needs the YouTube channel sharing life experience. But anyway, yeah, that is super cool. That is super cool. Yeah, like I said, plans to go find an instructor nearby in the new town that I'm in, and see if I can become a private pilot. And then move on from there if and when. Because I don't know. Oh, forgot to set the brake. Don't want her to take off without me. Oh, that's a lot of gold. That is a lot of gold. 18 ounces. $1,800. Hi, Dylan. How's it going? Yeah, let's see. We gotta go sell this, and then I want to check a price, because I don't remember how much that shaker was, because I wouldn't mind setting up another shaker on another piece of property so that I could get somebody else running that too, because that would be nice. We'd be making some serious bang. 27K. And how is this open? Close it. There we go. I need to be able to see where I'm going when I go. Okay. Just a note, we did rent out all of the places to rent out so that we could have folks doing stuff everywhere and making us some cash. And I keep leaving this truck running. I don't know how much fuel it's got left. It's fine. Shaker. Actually, we should be able to get a couple of these. Use a wheel loader. Oh, the front loader over there. Yeah, I really want to use that. But I think it's a little bit out of my price range at the moment. 97K. Yeah, that's a little bit out of my price range. How much is this? Oh boy. 69K. Still out of my price range. Should be able to, yeah, 13K. I can buy that and set that up. Twitch is getting problems. Tried watching there, but it kept saying playback error. No idea what's going on over on Twitch. Thanks for coming by, Neo Wolf. Do you want to join us in Warframe after Gold Rush? To be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure how long I'm going to be running Gold Rush. But I think probably at least another half hour. If you guys are still in Warframe, let me know. I need to get you guys a link to the Discord. And there's a link to the Discord. Wait, what was I doing? I was doing something here. I was checking on prices for the shaker. Yeah. Got distracted there by the chat. Oh. Apparently there is a big old nothing available soon. The 13K. Yeah, maybe. That's going to take a lot of cash out of pocket, but it should be putting more back in too. It's just one of the slightly cheaper pieces. You said you'll be there for about another 4 hours. That'll work. I should be able to catch you guys after. Willig is joining. I will be Shadow Wolf over there. Okay, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing you over there, bud. Wait, that was... Oh, never mind. No. Storage space. About to say, do I have 2 of those? Anyway, yeah. So we done some stuff so we can pay the workers. Go get back to some digging. When is Gold Rush coming to Xbox One and PS4? To be perfectly honest, I have no clue. I would expect it to be a little bit more finished before it did, if it does. Right now, you know what? That's the thing I can try. I haven't tested out the controller support. I can do that right now. Let's pop ye old Xbox controller in and see how it works. And I'm sure you guys just heard that. It says setting up a device. By the way, if you've got Twitch Prime, there's some cool stuff you can redeem. Yes, I have redeemed it, and it's not quite my play style, the add-ins. But I do have it, and it did work. It worked very well. So you're saying use a fake credit card, like go down to your local store and get one of the prepaids? I think they take prepaids. That would absolutely work. Let's see. Oh, keep forgetting to turn that off. Getting some tea. Okay, I'll be here when you get back. Unless you take more than like half an hour. Wait. Have anything good and new? 64. That will work. Where do we put it? Pine Valley? No. Rivertown, maybe. Yes. Wait. That was not the unassigned person. Okay. I think everybody's assigned. Okay. Cool. Should be still making some good money. I'm no expert, but it looks like there's a lot more gold coming in. Go figure. Okay, so how are we doing on fuel here? We're at 54%, and I think I dropped... Yes, that right. Where's the fill? There we go. Let's fill you back up. Oh, it was only a third empty. That's nice to know. How much do I live stream Gold Rush? Not enough. I'll tell you that right now. Not enough. But I do really enjoy Gold Rush, and I live stream every chance that I can get. That's not necessarily as often as you guys would like, I can tell, but as much as I can. If you do go join the Discord, there's a notification that goes out every time that I go live, so that you'll never miss me. Oh, I thought that was going to stay. Let's see. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, so controller does work. A is jump. Don't know what X does, Y, any of those other ones. That is painfully slow to turn. Oh boy, that may be very nice. Okay. The controller support is pretty good. Other than I can't change the camera angle. What? Hey Stub, how's it going, bud? I have been told that the stream over on Twitch could be better. So if you want to join over on YouTube, you may have a slightly better experience. Also, I am just now testing out the controller experience, and I've got to say, it's almost there. Quick setting change, because the speed is just not there for the controller. Hey, there's a controller list. What I need is how fast stuff moves. Maybe pad sensitivity? That's slightly less bad. Wait, why is it not processing? Obviously moving. short something? It is short on water. Oh. There we go, processing. Yes, I am using Restream. Found out there was a serious issue with my Restream earlier. Welcome back, Twillig. Serious issue with my Restream earlier in that for some reason it auto moved me to the European servers. And there was no... oh boy. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm attempting to move the camera, and there's no button to move the camera. Okay. Found the power off button. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, like I said, it happened to move me to one of the European servers, and I was unable to stream yesterday because everywhere I looked except for OBS, everything was great. As soon as I looked at OBS, things went horribly, horribly wrong. And I did double, triple, quadruple check it before I started streaming, but I turned Mixer off. And when I turned Mixer off on Restream, it told me to restart my capture software. Well, when I restarted my capture software, apparently it did something there, and the thing that it did there was move me back to European servers. Which, if you didn't know, and I know you know, I am not in the EU, so my ping over there is pretty abysmal. But anyway, like I said, testing out the controller over here in Gold Rush actually works surprisingly well. It's reasonably intuitive. The thing that I'm not a fan of is not being able to move the camera while in controller mode. Oh, I forgot I could go this way. It turns all the way around. Okay, definitely got to try that camera mode. That way I'm not fumbling for where do I look. So I did consider doing multi-capping, but I'm already taking a not unreasonable hit on my CPU. It's pulling 13% already, so multi-capping. Oh, keyframe rate may be too high. It absolutely may. I don't know that I adjusted that on the new PC. I will double check that after the stream is over. I have played Flight Simulator X. Actually, I like Flight Simulator X other than the fact that it hasn't updated in quite some time, and they've almost essentially abandoned it. I did go and I picked up X-Plane 10, which they just came out with X-Plane 11, and a built-in instructor to teach you how to fly. Which, I don't know how much that's going to stand up, but for, you know, coaching, yeah, that would be an excellent idea. I was thinking about picking that up as well. Picking up X-Plane 11 and the instructor module for X-Plane. I figured it couldn't hurt to get some outside opinions and all that. And multi-capping... Hang on. Just a second, let me dump this and I will read that right out. I tried multi-capping to do a 30 frames per second 720 and 60 FPS 1080. It is not a viable option for me, and I have a good PC too. Yeah, that's essentially what I was finding. It's the re-encoding that takes so much processing, which may be why I'm having some issues. Because Twitch requires different... Yeah, it requires a different frame rate, bit rate, and all of that from YouTube. So YouTube should be probably the best, because I've got everything set up for YouTube, and it seems to be doing okay. Oh man, losing all that pay dirt. But yeah, anyway, set up for YouTube, should be great over there. Twitch, I think, is optimized for 720. They said that they were going to be working on getting it up to 1080. I may just be behind here. I'm not affiliated or anything on Twitch, so I don't take a very high priority or have quite the same tools, I don't think. Yeah, I've got an AMD Ryzen 1700. So as far as multiprocessing goes, like multiple streams, I should probably be really good at that, because I've got 8 cores, 16 threads. Let's see, I'm gonna pull up my task manager and see what kind of percentage I'm running. Overall, while running the game, about 60%. So I've got the headroom that I could probably do it, but it's actually, that can't be right. It says I'm 60% across all cores, about the same load. That's really odd. Okay, back in game, did the numbers change? The numbers went down a little bit. I'm still roughly 60%. Okay, processed all that gold. I think, yep, empty bucket, we're good. I should start streaming once I get my gaming computer back up and running. Absolutely. Yeah, send me a link to your channel if and when you get up and going. I'll come check you out. And I'll put you on the referred channels list. And I think I've done that for Stub. Stub has joined us over on Twitch. Oh man. So many. I don't know, maybe I should go back to the keyboard and mouse. I was saying it was intuitive. Maybe not. It's the diagonals that are killing me. Did I turn that off? I think I turned that off. Boom, on. So, what kind of computer do you have? Both Stub and Twilly. Because I don't remember what Stub's got, and I don't know what Twillig has. You need to get over 10 or so viewers for the resolution options to show up on Twitch. So if someone has a limited connection, it will still force 1080 60. I started streaming at 30 frames 720, so the mobile viewers weren't kicked. Really? That's a bit insane. Although, I guess having YouTube up doesn't hurt. Willick says he built his himself. Same here. I don't know if I've still got it down in the description, but I've got a Ryzen 1700, not non-X, and I've got a GTX 1080, 32 gigs of RAM. And what else do I have? Got a 1 terabyte solid state M.2 and a 3 terabyte data drive. You know what? Controllers work, but it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Oh boy. And I started doing that again. So anyway, yeah, I am attempting to get affiliated over on Twitch. I'm not trying super hard, to be perfectly honest. Your money going down so fast. Yes, my money is going down very fast. I've got a bunch of workers out here. So yeah, I am attempting to get affiliated on Twitch. Not trying super hard. It's just YouTube, their streaming platform is maybe not the best, especially for gaming. The adpocalypse hasn't helped. Not that I was really getting anything from ads, but the practical upshot is it feels like it may be worth my time more on Twitch than it is over on YouTube. Because, folks, oh, you can't remember what's in your PC? Well, if you ever figure it out, share it over in the Discord. I've shared my build log over in the Discord. But yeah, anyway, so on YouTube, you've got to either watch ads or chip in actual real money. Which isn't bad, but it's not for everybody. Over on Twitch, you've got those ads that you can watch that give you bits. I'm still not entirely sure what a bit is worth to the streamer, but anything is better than nothing, and it costs the viewers basically nothing to get bits. Hello, Jay. You went for workers, but not worth it. Played solo for 1 hour and made 35k more. So I'm gonna have to make another trip to town to tell you exactly how much I'm making per minute, but I'm actually doing really good. The workers are making ever so slightly more than I am. I did go ahead and rent out all of the locations because there's no penalty other than the amount of gold that you pick up and go into each of the locations and renting them. You just get a lower rate of gold production in those individual places. So there's, as far as I can tell, no point to not rent all of them all of the time. So I've got workers with set up hog pans and pumps and stuff at every location. Yes, the 6700K, 64 gigs of RAM, Asus GTX 1080 dual 1 terabyte solid state drives. Stub, that is an amazing computer. I'm almost jealous. And I say almost because it's not the one that I built, and there's a special place in my heart for the one that I built. Oh, and something else that makes mine just a touch more personal, a little bit more special to me, is the fact that I built a custom water cooling loop to go in it. That custom water cooling loop that's in it, that speaks to me. That speaks to me a lot. Right now everything is a brilliant red color, which is a touch overkill, to be perfectly honest. I got RGB LEDs on everything. They're just not all synced up, but they can all do red, they can all do green, and they can all do blue. And the case has red accents, so everything is red at the moment. But yeah, I can see, Stub, why your computer runs Arc so amazingly. Hey, thanks for following, Jay. So that brings up another point. I finally got Streamlabs working. So everybody just heard Jay join and maybe even saw Jay join. Special to me, been working on it for 4 months. That's a lot of work, Willie. And Jay, once again, thank you for joining. I'm happy to get anybody join. And it brightens my day to see folks, you know, following me and checking out the stuff that I do. I put a lot of work into it, and it's good to see that recognition. Okay, so that has stopped for a minute. I'm going to cut things off. I'm going to run to town. I'm going to sell another gold bar to make sure everybody gets paid. And I'm going to see how fast all that money all that gold comes in. Went black box option, have an air-cooled massive heat sink. Yeah, that is absolutely the way to go. I've got a little bit of pump noise, which I'm going to fix here as soon as possible, but that is my only complaint so far with the liquid cooling loop. And I did almost go all air cooling, but the AM4 support in air coolers is not the best. Okay, do you think magnetite is worth doing? Well, either you do the magnetite, or you end up with a bunch of buckets full of magnetite that do nothing. That's my opinions on... hang on. Willig, you... send me a message in Discord. We'll sort that out after the stream, because in-game it's gonna pop up and ping everybody. Back to the magnetite. Yes, absolutely, magnetite is worth doing, if nothing else, to get the buckets out of your way. A full magnetite trailer, I think, is 10k money. So it's like a passive income. You get money for doing it, even if you don't really do it, you know? And you've got to minimize the number of full buckets around, and I don't know where you can put that magnetite if it's not into the magnetite trailer. So it doesn't get you a whole bunch over time, but it does get you stuff. So I feel like it's worth my time. I don't remember exactly how much is in my magnetite trailer, but we can check that out when I get back. Yes, 10k is good. So 8 ounces of gold. This is smaller than the last payout we did. Not a big deal. I did buy some things, so it's worth it to keep on going. On, please. There we go. Sell the gold, and I've already gotten 1/10 of an ounce in just driving from the blacksmith shop to the bank. I feel like they're paying for themselves pretty well. Let's see. Sold gold bars, 7 ounces, 9. Ooh, the value of gold has gone up. Not trying to lose my thread of thought, but Stub, if you're still hanging out in there, and it looks like you are, shoot me a picture of your PC. I'd love to see it, and I'll send you my build log. We need to do magnetite, and we're checking how much gold we make over time. Okay, cool. And Twillig, if you want to send a picture of your build, I am more than happy to get it. I did want to buy another part for that, but we're a little low on cash. The shaker setup, I do want to buy another part for that. But the most expensive part seems like it's going to be the generator and the fuel tank. so I may just save up till I get the generator and fuel tank and then continue to build. We have 2 monitors. The left one is a tall 1920 by 1080 portrait for Discord and OBS. And the center is 27-inch 1080 for main, and the right is a 40-inch 4K for Windows and is great for editing. 3 monitors. Yes. Yeah. Dude, that is flippin' awesome. Over on my left, I've got a 24 for monitoring chat and all that jazz. So I've got the restream chat up, I've got the music up, and I've got YouTube up so I can watch chat and stream settings. Over on my right monitor, which is also a 24-inch, they're all 1080. 24-inch, I've got Discord open so I can keep track of stuff that's going on in there. And I've got OBS open up in a big window so that I can see all the settings. And my main monitor, once again 1920 by 1080, and it's a 27-inch for gaming and regular Windows stuff. So I've got a nice setup, but a 4K monitor is on the way. Probably a Black Friday thing. Say how much? There's nothing in it. Let's go sell this magnetite. We'll find out how much I've got in there and how much it's worth. I have essentially 30%. Which reminds me, yeah, 4K was too big for gaming. I feel like it would also be pretty awful for recording because of that resolution mismatch. That was a lot harder to say than I thought it would be. Because if I'm displaying in 4K, recording in 4K shouldn't be much of an issue other than the data rates. So because of the data rates and the limited amount of storage that I've got, I figure 1920 by 1080 recording, editing, and all that is probably for the best. And then I upconvert for YouTube because it gives me a better bit rate. So it looks better on YouTube with very little discernible difference between a true 4K and my 4K. Okay, so we're at the magnetite place, about to drop off some magnetite. If you're wondering where that is, that's right here on your way to Old Arnold parcel. So that's where it is. And you get this new option. We've got 18K. I got 2K from 30%. So it's probably about 7K for a full load. And without mining at all, I've gotten a whole ounce. And I didn't check to see how long it took me to get there. I have a flat screen TV, 70-inch 4K, and then two 24-inch running 4K. Oh man, that's a pretty sweet setup. I gotta say, I had something fairly similar not too long ago when my PC was in the living room. I had a 40-inch TV plugged into my PC, so anybody who wanted to come over and watch videos and stuff with me, we could do it on the big screen from the computer. You can bump it down to 1080. Yeah, that's not a bad option. So when it comes to TVs, refresh rate's a big deal. Well, I guess that wants to park right there, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, I figure recording, streaming, and editing all in the same resolution was gonna save me a massive headache down the road. Actually, I should sleep it out so we've got plenty of light. There we go. And we've got a new worker that wants to help us out. Workers, waiting, and I'm looking for that over 60%. and we don't have it, so no new workers. That over 60% is also a huge deal. If you don't wait for that over 60%, then I do think you're probably wasting money. Because that percentage is the percentage of the day that they will work. How many hours in the day that they'll work. So, huge deal right there. You're running. Okay, cool. What program do I use to edit? I use Premiere. Granted, that's probably not the best, money for performance, because Premiere is expensive because it's monthly, but it's works great for me. Performance-wise, I could not beat it. I did try Movie Studio Platinum, which is the slightly cheaper version of Vegas, and it was not up to snuff. It was close, but it wasn't quite good enough, and it didn't allow GPU render of a project, which is why I didn't work with it. And if you need a free alternative, and you don't need multiple audio tracks, I would suggest the GoPro Movie Maker. I forget what they call it now. I think they call it Quick, with a K. Check it out if you don't have any other editing software. It's pretty solid for free. And stub. I'm going to shut down for a minute and vacuum my air vents now that you made me look at them. Okay, Stub. Well, I'll catch you later, and I'm very much looking forward to your picture of your PC, and I'll make sure to share the picture of mine. It's over in my public Discord, so I'll ping you in it. I have Power Director. I have not personally used Power. See you in a little bit, Stub. I have not personally used Power Director. I don't know enough about it to make an informed opinion on it. So that's all I've got to really say about that. But I will say that I am a huge fan of Premiere in just its capabilities. Actually, before I started streaming, I spent, I don't know, about an hour watching a 4-hour-long video by the guy that edits Linus Tech Tips stuff, so that I could get a bit better at Premiere myself. And it is just absolutely insane how powerful that program is and the things that you can do with it. And it kind of made me feel a little bit ashamed because of how little I'm actually doing with it. It does so much more. So much more. I barely scratched the surface. My biggest use of Premiere is the multiple audio tracks. So I've got music in one track so I can balance it later. I've got chat in a different track, so if I'm streaming with friends, I can set that up and I can level them individually, no problem. And game audio is also separate, so that I can level that. So when it comes to the finished product, it's going to sound a little bit better than the stream does here, because everything has been properly balanced. I've done the best that I can, but it's all coming through compressed on a single channel. So when it makes it to YouTube, if I edit it into a proper episode and it makes it to YouTube, it's going to have a much better listening experience, and it will be up converted to 4K, so it'll have a better bit rate. So 1080 has got like 2500 to 5 megabits. So yeah, 2500K to 5 megabits is the best bit rate it can do. 4K is on order of magnitude more bits per second, which absolutely makes it worth it. That order of magnitude Just, you can absolutely see the difference. I've had people ask me, did you actually play that in 4K? I'm like, no, I've got a 1080 monitor. I can't play it in actual 4K. And they've got 4K monitors and cannot tell the difference between my upconverted and their everyday. So I'm very happy about that. Let's see. I don't know if Power Director does that, and if it does, and it handles channels, I'd be a little bit disappointed in myself. Just saying that I'm paying so much for Premiere and could have gotten the functionality elsewhere. But after all the looking that I did, I don't think I could have gotten anything that would. I don't think I could get anything that would do what I need it to do for anywhere near the price that I paid for anything other than Premiere. Man, my throat is getting dry. Ah, there we go. Usually I am a super quiet individual and don't do a whole bunch of talking, so this is a little bit rough on my vocal cords. Well, maybe not rough, but it's more effort than they're used to putting out. Your hard drive is here. Oh, yes, your hard drive. Awesome. You said that was the only thing that you were needing to get your computer up and going. No way I'm eating this. Stop spamming caps. Oh. What? Nightbot has done a thing. Let's see. Wellig said, no way I'm eating this. And Nightbot says, stop spamming caps. Oh. But yeah, congratulations. It's awesome to hear that your PC components have arrived. It was like Christmas morning when my new PC build came in the mail. And I'm feeling it's probably pretty similar for you. So, if anybody here hasn't joined the Discord, I can get you another link. And we've been talking a lot about our computer builds and some streaming, and we spent a lot of time talking about the money pit. The Oak Island mystery, I'm sorry. But if you'd like to join me over on Discord, the link is coming in chat. We will sort things out when you get there, and you can actually check out my PC build in there. Oh, you opened it up and forgot that you ordered two? Oh, which hard drive did you get? I gotta know. You got me interested here. Stuck. There we go. Oh no, so close to the right button, but oh so wrong. There we go. Continuing to make progress. So yeah, workers are absolutely worth it. They seem to be making me tons of gold. I still need a lot more. And my loans, I do believe, are still fairly broken. Actually, I can go check that out. It's going to take a second to process. Okay, I don't know what we're listening to, but I'm not a huge fan of this one. We'll see how this one goes. See, loans. We still have 39 to pay back, and it's not paying off at all. I will never get another loan for reasons. I think maybe our best next step, instead of just saving toward certain components to get the shaker up and rolling, is probably gonna be buying our parcel so we get more gold. Yeah, we get more gold per load. Then we'll worry about that, because like I said, money's kind of an issue at the moment. That whole not being able to take out a loan to get me into tier 3 kind of bites. Just saying. So, if you just now joined the stream, welcome. Say something in chat so I can give you a shout out. I'd love to tell you hello. Also, I'm still kind of waiting on Twillig to let me know what kind of hard drive you ordered. I don't know how many folks, if any, I've got over on Twitch. It seems like the restream chat has kind of borked. Let's see. Oh, Willig's letting me know what he got. He got Western Digital, excellent brand. If you had said Seagate, I would have said send it back right now, because I've never had one of those last more than a couple of months. You got a Western Digital red 4 terabyte NAS hard disk drive, 5400 RPM. And then another one in 6 terabytes. Okay. Yeah. I have some opinions on those. Western Digital, I wholeheartedly believe in. When it comes to mechanical drives, I will buy no other brand. Well, kind of. Hitachi in their UltraStar series actually works really nice. Never had any issues out of those. It's their enterprise grade brand, the UltraStars are. Desk Stars are more consumer grade. And Western Digital has a parent company or a subsidiary, something, that does enterprise grade, which is HGST. I also like their stuff. I was able to buy a 3 terabyte HGST drive for 60 bucks. 3 terabyte drive for 60 bucks. That's crazy. But crazy good. That's what I've got as my data drive. And I like it. I like it a lot. It hadn't given me any issues, and it's a brand that I trust. So the Western Digital NAS drives are great, don't get me wrong, but probably my strongest opinion on those is, well, yeah, I guess you could call it an opinion. The thing I don't like about them is you can't really use them as a desktop drive. And the reason I say you can't use it as a desktop drive is it's slow, for one. Both of those cost you about $300. Hey, I mean, but you've got it now, and you don't have to buy another one probably ever. Anyway, yeah. It's not recommended to put an OS on a NAS drive. And it's slow. It's optimized for being shelf stable. Because on a network attached storage, you're not using it quite the same way you would if, say, you were... It's not the same as like a desktop drive. Like if you've got a data drive on your current machine, it's not going to be handled quite the same. It's got to be live. There's a higher expected availability on that drive than network attached storage. Network attached storage is activated every once in a while, you know? So that may cause you some issues if you're using them in a different application. Now the purple drives, on the other hand, which I think are slightly more expensive, are still slow because they don't have to be fast. They're made, once again, for long-term storage, but they're made to be read and written to constantly because they're for surveillance systems. So they're designed to have video written to them constantly, all the time, all day, every day, and then being overwritten. So the purple drives, however, would make an excellent system drive as long as you don't have the expectation of it being fast. Because they're not super fast. Your brother has a Seagate in his. Tell him to back everything up and then do so on a very regular basis. Because if you don't, it will fail, and it will fail hard. My Seagate failures have all been internal drive issues, and this is like 20 different drives over the years. They've all been internal and unrecoverable issues. The Western Digital drive failures I've had, well, I haven't actually had any personally. I have had a few that, a friend has had a bad drive or something. But all of those have been controller board failures. You just slap on another controller board and you're good to go. I've actually had them start the click of death on a friend's machine and been able to fully recover all of the data in the drive before it totally failed. And this is with weeks and sometimes actually months worth of neglect and abuse. So I love Western Digital drives, and there's not a thing you can say to dissuade me from that because they've treated me so well. The RMA process was painless. So yeah, big opinions, big drives. The HGST being a company, a Western Digital company, gives me a lot of confidence in them, especially since they're making enterprise grade drives. My biggest problem right now is probably storage. I've got those nice 3 terabyte drives, but I'd need to set myself up a NAS. I know that kind of comes off the wall, but we were talking about drives. I need somewhere to store all of my old footage, because this footage in about a month is going to be gone forever. It'll be up on YouTube, but if I ever need to, come back and take a look at it, it'll be gone. Like for the PUBG stuff that I did, it would be really nice to make like a best kills reel, or funny moments reel. But I don't have the storage I need to make that happen. So had the red ring of death on your original PS3, baked the motherboard in the oven, and it worked again. Yeah, that absolutely would work. It's not something I would suggest, because there are components on there that are temperature sensitive, but they all had to be soldered on there somehow, and that is essentially how they solder them on there. They put this solder paste on all of the joints that need to be soldered, and they bake them. If I remember right, lead melts at 600 degrees Fahrenheit. So if all you have to do is get it slightly less broken, then I'd say that a lot of times you could get away with just setting your oven to like 600 degrees and putting the board in there for a reasonably short amount of time and save your board. Because what it does is it reflows the solder. So if your issue is a broken solder joint or a slightly detached chip, it'll reflow the solder and it'll make it nice and solid. again. Can't spell it all today. Well, have you met my friend Gunjammed? Gunjammed can't spell any day. That's not a shot at Gunjammed, but you know, some people have issues spelling, and I think he's somebody who just doesn't care enough in the spelling, which is perfectly fine. You know, you get used to it after a while, and yeah, nothing against Gunjammed, nothing against him at all. But his spelling skills would get a needs improvement. It could just be the care that he puts into spelling. So I'm just gonna let that run through there and probably shut this off because I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, we're off. Let's turn off fuel, or the water, so that we don't have to pay for that fuel. I think we turned the stream into an information stream. Hey, if all my streams went like this, I'd be a really, really happy dude. I love learning new things and sharing the new things that I have learned, so I am not in any way unhappy about this stream being an information stream. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. And I've also got probably more viewers than I've had in a stream ever. So I think it's been good for the stream. Usually my biggest issues with my streams are nobody's talking. So it's super hard to carry on a conversation, and nobody really wants to see me sitting here silent all day just digging in the dirt. The conversation is what you guys stop by for, or at least I think so. I don't know why you stopped by, but I'm glad you did. And any insight into why would be great. Because, I mean, I'm still new at this. You know, I've had my account since 2007, but I haven't really been streaming, recording, editing, any of that jazz before February of this year. I'm not even a good year into it. I think I'm past the 6-month mark. But yeah, I'm past the 6-month mark. Or I'm at it. No, I'm 2 after it. 8 months. Yeah, Neo Wolf, Twillig, absolutely. Talk all you want. It gives me a foil, you know, somebody to bounce ideas off of. And like I said, it adds a lot of value to the stream as, you know, fun for me and fun for the viewer and fun for you because you're interacting. I don't know. I ain't so great with words, but you get the idea. I'm really glad to have you guys here. I think with this, we're probably gonna be able to buy out Old Arnold parcel. That's good news, because that's 20% more gold. That's a lot when you consider how much we're bringing in. I don't know if that's 20% for me and 20% for all of my workers, or just 20% for me. Let's see. Sell gold bars. 12K. We have 30K. Good stuff. Good stuff. Parcels. 25K. It'll leave us with 5K to pay the workers for a while. Now they eat through the money really fast, but I think this is going to be worth it. And we can go ahead and head on back. So, Neowolf, you are currently playing Warframe. Yes, that is good. I thought it was going to be another half hour, but I got busy talking. I'm not gonna end the stream right just yet because I feel like I need at least another load. I want to have a little bit more buffer so that I'm not scrambling to get everybody assigned and run into the bank as soon as the next episode stream whatever starts. And just a note, we are a good bit ahead of the episodes. There's 2 more episodes to come out before we're fully caught up with the streams. So keep that in mind. I'm still going to put them out there because I know somebody's going to want to check out the progress so far. And you can piece it together with the streams and the episodes. Just, I like the streams, but the episodes are a little bit more work. So they feel a little bit better when they come out. You started it up? I bet you're excited. Dude, that's awesome. So, I forgot to ask, are those just data drives or are they your primary drives? And we're going again. Awesome. Ah, so close. Wrong button. Yet again. Data drives. Awesome. So, my eventual plan is, as I stash away cash to make stuff better and or Patreon starts getting some activity over there, is pick up another drive or 2 and put it together to make myself a NAS. Because I need long-term storage. I need, not cold storage, but long-term storage for episodes and stuff. You need to download some stuff on it so the fans can be more quiet. Actually, your motherboard, depending on how old it is, your motherboard should be able to handle how fast those fans turn. You should be able to turn them down a little bit, or adjust the fan curve. I don't know what all you've got in your system, so I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Filling her back up. 34%, making good headway. See. So I've been considering, I bought EKWB stuff for my liquid cooling, EK water blocks, and it came with the radiator, came with some 120 millimeter Vardar fans, which are their in-house brand fans. Still got a working PC from 2002, nothing changed or anything. That's a little old, but hey, if you're happy, there's no reason to change it. With that much storage, oof, that's a lot. That's a lot. See, what processors were most popular back in '02? The I series from Intel were brand new, I want to say. AMD had the Phenoms, I believe. Come on. There we go. Fingers were slightly off target. Oh wait, I'm mixing my messages. Neowolf's computer is from 2002. Wellig's is... still don't know. But Neowolf, congratulations, man. It takes some effort to keep a computer alive that long. That means you've taken very good care of it. I'm kind of curious as to what's in it. Is it an i-series processor, or is it an AMD? I think I remember you saying that you prefer AMD. I could be wrong though. Let's see. 96%, this should top it off. And we will go sell whatever gold comes out of this so that we can keep our workers paid. 100%, 49% full on the hopper. Well, oh, Twillig has disappeared for a short moment. We'll see him back in a minute. And Neowolf, all I did is not touch it. Hey, that is a lot harder than it sounds. I met a gentleman back in 2007 who was running Windows ME, the Millennium Edition, on a Pentium 3 and I think a couple hundred meg hard drive with less than a gig of RAM. I do know that. It was absolutely the best machine you could get at the time. It was a custom home built and everything. And he used it for checking emails and filling out one very specific report, because it was a program that went out of date in ME, but it was the only program that would do what it does. So I took a look at his computer and my jaw hit the floor. I couldn't believe somebody had a computer that old when usually 2 or 3 years down the road they're angry and all that it's slow. But anyway, he did an excellent job maintaining it, and it ran as fast as it did as the day it came out of the box, because he kept it clean and never asked more of it than it could handle. Okay, so you bought it in 2006 when you were 5. Most of the parts are from companies which don't exist anymore. That's interesting. I kind of want to know what's in there. I kind of really want to know what's in there now. Because said you're from Croatia, which means you get European parts. And not all European parts are built to the same standard, because I know what was it, West Germany or East Germany? I think West Germany had some kind of technological embargoes on them where they didn't get anything new, so they used very, very, very custom parts, and they made very, very, very custom parts for years and years and years. So there's some very interesting history behind all that. Let's see. Grab some more dirt. Yeah. Most of the companies that I buy parts from today have been around for freaking ever. Like, I don't know how old Western Digital is, but it's older than I am. And I've always bought Western Digital parts. Asus has been around as long as I've been in computers for sure. And they make good parts that I enjoy. I remember Gigabyte being a new kid on the block and making garbage. But now I've got Gigabyte's top-end motherboard and I'm loving it. It's got a similar, if not better, build quality than the Asus boards that I love so much. You can tell me some of the parts later. At the moment, it's out of the case because the motherboard is a bit screwed up, so I'm fixing it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's computer hits that point at some point. Oh, I am... Dang it, Restream chat. You make it hard to differentiate people. Because in YouTube, you've got different things by your name. And in Restream, it's just, oh, this person's from YouTube. Go figure. Anyway, so... Willig says, I'm organizing the hockey table I used to put my computer stuff on. And NeoWolf is the one that said he's got parts, but they're all everywhere because the motherboard's messing up. Okay, now that I've got those straight in my head, or straight-ish, I can keep talking about it, yeah. Yeah, sharing your computer build stuff over on the Discord. That would be really cool to see what kind of ancient parts you've got in that machine. So, Twillig, how old is your machine, or the majority of it? The only time I had to go on a fix is when my dumb brother spilled juice on the keyboard. Aww. Little siblings, both the best and the worst, all at the same time. Sparks went, brother got hit and was working so hard to fix it. I think that's where you're going. There were shrooms in it. Yeah, if you've got stuff growing in your keyboard, that's a bad time. Most of the Twillig says most of the parts are new. Awesome. I need to update my parts list that I've got at the end of each of the videos because it is not current. After the power surge took out the old computer, the new one is very different. Because the old one was a 7600K, an i5 7600K. The new one's AMD. Got the same amount of RAM, but the new one's a bit more colorful. Okay, Stub dropped a couple of pictures. I gotta go check those out as soon as the stream's over. I think if we start dropping down a couple of folks in here, I'll call the stream. But it seems to be going pretty well so far. We've only been at it for 2 hours. Making this probably the second longest stream I've done so far. But I need to be able to see, so I'm going to go make it daytime again. Haha! We're doing on money, we're still doing okay on money. And we got a new worker. Hello, Caseman. Actually, your name is kind of long. Which part of your name would you like me to call you? Have I tried the floodlights? Wait, there's floodlights? Heck, it sounds like we're about to make a trip to town. 2% and 67%. We just hired us 2 new workers. Here to the unassigned. Oh. We don't have enough stuff for 2 workers. Okay, he's assigned. Anything not assigned. There we go. You officially have every piece of hardware already connected. The thing that sucks is that I just moved like 2 months ago and still need to unpack things. Twillig, well, congratulations on the move, and there are some boxes that you will never unpack, unfortunately. And welcome to the channel, Julie. That makes it a lot easier. That's a long name. I'm not complaining, but that's a long name. So Julie makes it a lot easier to call you out. Once again, thank you for joining. We're gonna go sell some gold. We can keep paying the workers because they're doing good work. And then we're gonna go see about lights, because work lights, if that does what I think it does, we can work all night long and still be able to see. That's a big deal. Hey Julie, thank you for subscribing. Yeah. It's always good to hear that little notification go off and know that somebody else has joined the crew. Bullock says, right now, IT just untangling 100 feet of Ethernet cable. That's a lot of Ethernet cable. I've had cables that long and they don't ever stay straight. It's like a rat's nest as soon as you touch it. There's only so much you can do for it. One thing I might caution against, and it's only the old training ingrained into me, is don't put it in the airlines. Not the airlines, the air ducts. If they catch fire, they kill everybody because they're coated in PVC. Nobody likes chlorine gas in their lungs. Although I suspect that's not anywhere near an issue for you. Because 100 foot is kind of small to be running to another room. So, interesting story about how I got this game. I didn't get it for being a YouTuber. I didn't get it for doing anything on Twitch. Nobody gave it to me. Back in the day, I had a Bitcoin miner. And I mined me a bunch of Bitcoins. So, I'm not like rich in it because I mined them and then I spent them, which is exactly what you need to do if you're going to promote the community and not just yourself. I mean, yeah, you can hold on to them forever and hope that they'll increase in value, or you can spend them and make them more worth. Make them have more worth. So I spent mine. So the little bit of change that I had left over from all that time that I spent, mining Bitcoin, is what I used to buy this game. So Steam has got BitPay, which accepts Bitcoin. So if you've got Bitcoin, you can pay Steam in Bitcoin for your stuff. And that's exactly what I did. It took, because I paid a very low fee, it took almost 24 hours for it to clear and for me to get it. But that's how I paid for it. I paid for it in Bitcoin. Actually, one of the 2 monitors that I'm using, one of the 3 monitors that I'm using, was paid for in Bitcoin that I mined. I'm kind of proud of that. If I had plugged in all of my old hardware and tried to do something with it now, I wouldn't get anything. It would not be worth it at all. There are work lights. Oh, I wonder what kind of power cord they take. I'm gonna buy like 2. And then probably some cables. I think that'll do. What is Bitcoin? So there are better sources of information than me, and I'll say that right now. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. There's not a physical like dollar. Like your nation's currency, whichever nation you're in. I'm just going to assume you're from the U.S., even though that's very likely wrong. But yeah, anyway, so for Bitcoin, there's no physical item. Like in the US, there's $1. So it's backed by our faith in it, kind of like our actual currency. What you can buy with it is what gives you value, gives it value, which is kind of goofy. It's running. Hooray! That's awesome, dude. I can plug stuff into these. Need more power. Also wish there was a I don't know if this is going to be worth it. You are from Northern Ireland. Cool. Anyway, so Bitcoin, digital currency, you can mine it. It is, for all intents and purposes, not practical to mine it at this time, because it's gotten a bit out of hand. There have been people who have spent relative fortunes on getting to the point where they can mine Bitcoin better than you. So at this point, it's not really worth it. But back in the day, it was. It was absolutely worth it. And I mined it for a bit and actually made some money on it. You can just, I hate to just say go Google it, but you can just type in what is Bitcoin into Google and you'll be able to find some really good guides as to what it is. That's probably the best piece of advice I can give you on it. But right now, I like it. It's a good idea. It's not accepted everywhere. So it's got limited usefulness. Fortunately enough, I can use it here on Steam, which is a big deal. Okay, so how do you mine it? So there's a program that you use to mine it, essentially. Your CPU or your graphics card will do the actual work involved in mining. Really? Okay, there we go. Okay. Now I just need to get out of this. Ah, there we go. I think I'm out. Cool. So anyway, it's protected by like a hash. So there's an encryption that you must break to get paid. That's how the mining works. Graphics cards do it the best. CPUs do it not quite as well, but they can still do it. Like I was saying, it's not really worth your time at this point. But you put in work to answer this question. We'll call it a question. And you get paid for it. Very soon in the future, and in some places now, you actually get paid to process the transaction itself instead of solving the problem, solving the riddle that you have to crack. Anyway, like I said, go check out a dedicated video to it because it's going to do an infinitely better job at explaining it than I can. I'm more of just a user than anything. Okay, so what Neo Wolf was saying is a month ago, some Croatian guy invested I don't know how to say that, about $15 in Bitcoin a long time ago, and saw a month ago he's a billionaire. So, yeah, it's not gonna, if it was, he had to have invested in it in the very beginning, because right now, Bitcoin is worth, one Bitcoin is worth about 6,000 US dollars, 6,000 to 7,000 US dollars. So they're worth a lot now. If I had just not spent any money, any of my Bitcoin on buying things, I would be a millionaire right now. I'm not gonna lie. And it does kind of hurt, but it is good knowing that I spent it to help grow the community and grow the value of Bitcoin. So Twillig is saying, one of my friends set up his closest closet. Am I closest? Oh, set up his closet to mine Bitcoin. Yeah, that is absolutely a way to do it. You just gotta worry about power consumption, whether or not it's likely to catch fire. If it does catch fire, how are you gonna put that out? And heat. It's gonna produce a massive amount of heat. So closet, not really recommended, but it does work. And stub. What makes Bitcoin attractive to me is that there's a finite amount of it, so it won't be devalued by printing more. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. That is one of the most attractive bits to it. That said, Bitcoin is a collective. It's not, no one person runs or owns all of the Bitcoin blockchain. So it is voted on, things are voted on by miners. So the miners basically run it. So we've had one hard fork recently. So this is another one of those go look up more information because I'm not the best source. But we did have a hard fork recently, and we're about to have another one. So essentially, the way Bitcoin works has slightly changed. It is a high-risk, high-potential investment. Yeah, it could absolutely be worth a lot, depending on, you know, what you want to do with it. But, like you said, it is kind of risky at the moment. Neo Wolf is asking me if I will end soon or question mark. I'm not sure yet. I'm still enjoying the conversation, so I think I'm going to end the stream either when my voice goes out, I hit some kind of block in the game, or the conversation dies out. So I'm not entirely sure exactly when I'm going to stop, but I would like to stick around as long as folks are wanting to hang out with me. I hate to keep putting you off because I did say that we were going to play some Warframe, but we'll get another chance to do it. I'm pretty sure that next Saturday is free and clear and open, so if you're free on Saturday, we should be able to get some of that in. And besides, I still haven't booted it up, and I need to do some of the solo missions before I can do any more multiplayer. I'm kind of stuck. Oh, well, I mean, you don't gotta end stream, but you can swap game. So the way I've got my stream set up is I would absolutely have to end the stream to be able to swap games. I've got everything set up just ever so perfect. But it kind of goes out the window. It takes a minute or so to swap over, so I would actually have to end the stream to be able to hop over onto Warframe. Fred Henry Jr. just said, get a dump truck. I would love to get a dump truck. I don't have quite enough money to do a dump truck yet. It's on the list of things I'd like to do. It's not a list of things that I can do at the moment. Solo missions before multiplayer? Yes. I am at a crossroads where you make the jump from Earth to Venus, I think? Anyway, essentially, the only mission which is done solo is Thea, but that's a side quest. No, the one that I'm doing is the go to the next planet, and it tells me I can only do that solo. I have tried to bring friends in on it, and it did not let me. Actually, I need other cable. So at the very least, I've got to do that, and I think there were still some prerequisites I was missing. You plugged up. Let's plug in a work light, see how that goes. It's only 2 minutes long? Okay. That shouldn't be too tough then. Although, I haven't done, I think, 1 or 2 of the prereqs. I'll figure it out. We'll get up and doing some Warframe here soon. I do not, in fact, have a bulldozer. Once again, on the list of things that I need to do that I haven't done yet. But it's also money limited. Also, what is this path? I've never been down this path. There's a campfire. That's neat. So Twillig says, I would love to play with you guys sometime. Yep, I am working on a bit better way to be able to play games with you guys. I do have the Discord. I am in there fairly often, just not always in voice. And we did do, let's see, mud runners, spin-tire mud runners with a couple of guys on stream. So it shouldn't be too tough to work out. I will see about giving you a holler as soon as I get into a multiplayer game again. Gun Jammed is really good about that. He's done stuff with other folks on his YouTube stream fairly regular. I usually do things solo or with Gun Jammed. And if Gun Jammed is there, it's usually something multiplayer. Well, it's always something multiplayer because it's at least me and Gun Jammed. But yeah, we'll sort that out, see about getting you in on something or several somethings. Neil Wolf, I am currently going towards a lava pool and I can't move. What in the world are you playing that you're going toward a lava pool and can't move? I just gotta know. Okay, I can help you with the prerequisites, and the mission itself is about 1 minute long. But you don't gotta do it to do multiplayer. I'm not sure what kind of multiplayer there is other than going through missions together. Is it going to come out for the PS4? I'm assuming you're talking about Gold Rush, and I do not know. So you're playing Warframe in a... So I will tell you this, Frank, or Fred. Sorry, Fred. I called you Frank. But yeah, Fred, It's got good controller support. I have no idea if it's ever actually going to be on consoles. I'm not important enough for them to tell me all their secrets. Working on that though. More folks I've got in my camp, more influence I've got, the more likely it is that I'm going to be able to have that kind of information. But at the same time, as soon as I have that information, it's less likely that I'll be able to share it. But I'm getting there. We can do bosses. There's an open world. Yes, I know that there's an open world. I think I can get there now, but from the people I've played with before, like earlier this month, last month, yeah, folks I was playing with last month, were telling me that at my current level, I am massively outmatched. They were telling me I should probably finish off most of the main content before I attempt to go out into the world. We can give that a go. How much longer did you say you have? You know what? I've been doing this for 2.5 hours. It may actually be time to call the stream. Let me finish off this load, and we'll see about giving a proper sign off and ending the stream. I should go smelt my gold. I just got back from town from smelting my gold. Unfortunately, there's not a way to do that in my tent yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately there's not a way to smelt my gold in my tent yet, even though all of the equipment seems to be there. That is not something that I can do, and I was super excited to be able to do that, but I can't. Okay. That moment when your phone is faster on the stream than your laptop. I don't know what Fred is saying no to. No, don't stop. Well, to be perfectly honest, I did say that I was gonna end the stream about when my voice starts going out, and I did just notice my voice is starting to go out. So, if Neo Wolf is okay with me not talking, we can still do some Warframe a little bit later. But I am going to finish this load. I am going to go smelt some more gold, and as soon as I'm done with that, I think that's when I'm going to call it quits. I know if I should have the DVR enabled on this playthrough, but if you on the stream, I should say, you should be able to go back and listen to the first couple of minutes, and then listen to me now, and you'll be able to tell that my voice is starting to go. Either way it goes, there are more episodes of this out there, and more coming out. So you should be able to get your fix. Also, I could probably go poke Gunjam. Oh no, Gunjam's at work today. I was about to say I may be able to go poke Gunjam to see if he can pick up where I'm leaving off. That way you'd still be able to have your gold rush fix. I may be able to do this again a little bit later today after my voice has had some rest. Like I said, normally I'm not too terribly talkative, so this is a bit more work on my voice than it's used to having. How full is this? 78% full. I think 2 or 3 more scoops and we will be able to go smelt some stuff. Your friend introduced me to you guys. I gotta ask, who's your friend? Because usually the only person that recommends me is Gunjammed. And that's not a shot at Stub. He just hadn't really had any opportunity to give me a shout out. You know, I actually did an episode with Comrade Gamers at one point. It's just been a good long while since I've done one. And the last time he called for a collaboration, I was not available. Scrappy? You know Scrappy? Haha, cool. Yeah, it's been a while since I talked to Scrappy. She's over in the Discord too. Scrappy's a good person. She's a little bit, I don't know. She calls herself crazy. I don't think she's like totally crazy, but I think maybe she needs to lay off on the sugar. That's probably the best way to put that. I don't know. I don't know. I like to not speak ill of anyone, but she's a very interesting character. And I'm glad that she comes by, and I'm super glad that she recommended me. Okay, we've got 10 ounces of gold, a quick trip to town, and we're gonna sell a gold bar. Yeah. So I'm thinking Scrappy calls herself crazy. She hasn't met me yet. When am I gonna start doing Warframe? So I'm gonna be doing Warframe off camera because A, I'm pretty terrible at it, and B, I'm not very high level. So anything that you see me do is going to be on par with something that you see in the first hour or so of the game. So I'm not sure that that's got any real benefit to you. Also, the fact that my voice is starting to go out, which is the reason I'm going to be ending this stream here very soon. If I could keep my voice going and keep everybody happy all at once, I'd do it. But, you know, the voice is starting to hurt just a touch. So, Twillig saying that's just her, LOL. I hang out with her sometimes. Cool. He's, like you said, a very interesting character. And Neil Wolf saying, for real, she hasn't met me yet. Well, I mean, let's see. She comes and hangs out in here every now and then. And she hangs out. She's a moderator over on Gunjam's channel. I'd be real surprised if you hadn't seen her. Wolf is saying you can actually stream because we can do Plains of Eidolon, which is freaking crazy. Now, I could record it and then edit, upload, and all that jazz, because then I could do the voiceover later. But with my voice going out, it's not going to be on stream. But yeah, smelted some gold. Go ahead and sell this sucker. Then we'll head back to camp and call it a night. Bars. 11K. There we go. Back to camp. I think I started you when YouTube when Scrappy became ill. Okay, so yeah, you haven't met her yet. I need to bug her into coming and checking out my stuff. I could use a moderator. And she's been doing fairly well over on Gun James' channel. And the rule number 1 is don't ask to be a moderator. And she hasn't asked. And she's pretty good at it. Or good enough at it. So, sounds like a pretty good fit. I've got a couple of real life friends who are moderators on the Discord. And I've got them as moderators in here, but they're rarely available at the same times I am. So, my clan dojo just got its first room done. Now it's reactor and elevator building time. Awesome! I don't know anything about that. I do know that I'll build an oracle? Huh. Yeah, I know next to nothing about Warframe. As if that wasn't already obvious. Got a lot to learn. I am part of a clan. Very good clan. But we haven't done much, mostly because I haven't been online. Well, it says I run my own Discord server, but that's it. Yeah. I never asked to be a moderator because it really doesn't matter. I'm here to watch and admire, not the mod seat. You're right. It does take some of the fun out of it when you have to moderate. So that absolutely makes sense. I've never asked to be a moderator, but a couple of times I've been made into a moderator. It happens. If you've got a good attitude, it works. I never asked to be. Okay. I just like watching people. If I get kicked, I get kicked. Oh, I'm not gonna kick you. There's only been one person that I have removed from the channel, and the only thing that he did was shamelessly self-promote his YouTube channel and add absolutely nothing to the conversation. Just came trying to poach viewers. That's not cool. You want to hang out, talk for a bit? Sure. You want to promote your channel? Not a huge deal. But if you want to just nab all of the people that are watching with me and having a good time, I don't have time for you. But you got to be careful when building your first room. It has to be a cross connect. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, we have accomplished all of the goals that we had set out for us today. We have made a ton of money and a ton of gold. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming by and hanging out and chatting with me. It has been a blast. And I think that's where we're going to call it quits. Thank you for stopping by, and I will catch you guys in the next one and or over on Discord. And I'm going to post that link in the chat again before I am truly gone. Okay, and I will see you in the next one.